Why Amish gardens explode with growth. The soil secrets. Modern gardeners. Miss. If you've ever walked through an Amish community or watched Amish farmers work the land, you already know there's something special going on beneath their feet. Their gardens, whether vegetables, herbs, or orchards, are unbelievably vigorous. Plants stand taller, leaves look richer, and harvest baskets overflow with produce that seems almost unreal. As gardeners, we all want to unlock that kind of growth, and here on SoilPower, we're all about digging deeper, literally and figuratively, to uncover what truly transforms soil into a living, thriving powerhouse. So today, we're exploring why Amish gardens are so productive, and more importantly, how you can adapt these methods to your own garden, no matter where you live or what size space you're working with. This isn't a romanticized piece about a simple lifestyle. It's real, actionable gardening science rooted in old-world wisdom. Let's get into the soil. One of the biggest secrets behind Amish garden productivity is that, honestly, they don't rely on store-bought fertilizer. Everything that comes off the land eventually goes back into it. Their three most important fertility sources are compost. Every Amish household has a compost pile or two, typically layered with kitchen scraps, garden waste, chicken manure, and straw. These piles are turned regularly and allowed to cure slowly, resulting in rich dark compost added to beds annually, sometimes biannually. Animal manure. Where livestock exists, manure is gold. It's composted deeply, never used raw, mixed with bedding materials like straw, and applied in the fall to give soil time to process the nutrients. Plant residues. Nothing is wasted. Corn stalks, bean vines, carrot tops. Everything gets chopped and returned to the earth, either as mulch or compost. This constant cycling of organic material creates soils loaded with carbon, nitrogen, microbial life, stable humus, and trace minerals. The result is slow-burning fertility that feeds plants naturally throughout the season. You can replicate this easily. Start composting consistently, collect leaves in fall, find a local farm for manure, or even use kitchen scraps to make trench compost. Amish gardeners don't plant the same crops in the same place year after year. They rotate intentionally, not because it's something they read in a book, but because the soil tells them to. Here's what crop rotation achieves: disease control. Tomatoes in the same spot for 3 years? Disease is inevitable. Switch that area to beans or lettuce, and pathogens diminish without chemicals. Nutrient balancing. Different crops use and replenish different nutrients. Corn pulls nitrogen, beans fix it. Root crops break up soil, leafy crops reward fluffy soil. Pest disruption. Many pests overwinter in the soil. Moving crops breaks their cycle. Soil structure improvement. Changing root patterns improves aeration and reduces compaction. Amish gardeners often use a 3 or 4 year rotation. You can do the same, even in small gardens, by shifting crops bed to bed. Here's something surprising. Amish gardens often look full, not spaced out like conventional vegetable gardens. The soil is so fertile that plants can grow closer together without competing. This leads to higher yield per square foot, natural shading of the soil, fewer weeds, better moisture retention, and more stable microclimates. The trick is that the soil must be rich enough to support dense planting. Once your soil health improves, try spacing crops more tightly. You'll notice plants supporting each other rather than shading each other out. Amish gardeners are known for using hand tools, but not because they're old-fashioned. They understand that aggressive tilling destroys fungal networks, worm tunnels, soil aggregates, carbon, and moisture balance. Instead, they practice what we now call low-till or no-till gardening, long before the rest of the world rediscovered it. Using a hoe, rake, wheel hoe, or broad fork aerates the soil without flipping it. This preserves all the delicate underground life that builds fertility naturally. By disturbing the soil less, the Amish maintain stable, living soil ecosystems that get better every year instead of degrading. There's one more often overlooked secret Amish communities save seeds, year after year, generation after generation. This creates crop strains that are adapted to local soils, resistant to local pests, better suited to organic conditions, and stronger rooted and more vigorous. Modern seed companies breed for uniformity. Amish gardeners breed for survival and strength. Over time, those genetics matter. If you want more resilient plants, start saving seeds, even something as simple as beans or tomatoes. You'll notice improvement within a season or two. While we often focus on techniques and tools, one of the biggest reasons Amish gardens thrive is simple. They observe their gardens every single day. This means they catch problems before they become disasters. A bug infestation spotted early becomes a minor annoyance instead of a full outbreak. A thirsty tomato gets watered before wilting weakens it. A competing weed is pulled before it spreads seeds. A nutrient imbalance is corrected before it stunts growth. Amish gardeners don't schedule garden care, they live it, and that constant connection creates intuition. All gardeners can develop this with time. Spend a few minutes each day walking your garden. Look at the leaves, the soil, the stems, the moisture. Everything improves when you pay attention. When you break it all down, the reason Amish gardens are so productive isn't a mystery. It's a collection of simple, powerful habits practiced consistently. Build the soil, mulch heavily, feed naturally, rotate crops, plant intensively, disturb the soil gently, save strong seeds, and observe daily. None of this requires expensive tools or fancy products. It requires commitment, patience, and a relationship with the land, exactly what we cultivate here on SoilPower. If you start applying even 2 or 3 of these Amish-inspired strategies this season, you'll notice a dramatic difference in your soil's texture, moisture, and fertility, and in the beauty and productivity of your plants. Before you go, if this deep dive into Amish productivity gave you new ideas or inspiration, make sure to subscribe to SoilPower on YouTube. Share this article with a gardening friend who's obsessed with building better soil. The more growers we inspire, the more powerful our gardens and our food systems become. Ready to level up your soil? Let's grow together.